Hello, and thank you for joining us on the midweek edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Ayodele Ozubakun. It's the first day in April 2020, and the world hopes for better days in the wake of the month of March, devastated by the corona pandemic. Today on the program, calls for national lockdown and rapid test mount as 9 people test positive for coronavirus in Osun State. And later on the show, revenge-seeking Chadian troops push deep into Boko Haram territory as Nigerian army redeploys theater commander of Operation Lafia Dole. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Asukwo James. So if you're ready, let the hangout start now. Glad to have you join us. As Lagos and Abuja, two of Nigeria's most strategic cities, enter day 2 of a lockdown, the call for a nationwide containment measure is mounting. No thanks to the rise in the number of the confirmed cases of coronavirus across the country. One of the proponents of a national lockdown is the governor of Osun State, Boyega Oyetola, whose state last night recorded 9 new cases of the deadly virus. More people are also calling for the rapid test to ascertain the true figures of the cases of COVID-19 in the country. But the cheering news is that government is shifting focus on rising test capacity of the country. We are told that the federal government is targeting 1,500 tests daily, while Lagos is working on 200 per day. Babajide, let's start from day 2, compliant level, Lagos and Abuja. And it's as if from what we spotted in Lagos yesterday, even after 7 p.m., we discovered that some commercial vehicles took to the street in beggar axis. I spotted some other, commercial activities around that area. And moving forward, if you go to the K2 axis, you will notice the same thing. Or some people are not going out, but they'll be outside their streets playing football, making the contact we are talking against.
Yes, many Nigerians simply don't even understand what this is all about. They believe that this whole thing simply don't go to work. No, it is not simply don't go to work. If you are going to work, we are permitted to go to work. So we drive out, going to work daily. You will see people walking along the streets. Some of them not far apart, from one another. Just walking. They are not supposed to be on the streets. They are not supposed. It's not simply, we are shutting down the civil service, we are shutting down companies. No. It is that everyone should be in their homes. What are these people looking for on the streets? If you go out now, you'll see people walking on the streets.
Restless.
That is not what it's about. What they are saying is stay indoors, stay inside your homes. They are not saying be walking around like what the Yorubas would call Igbono. That's not what they are saying. Stay inside your house. That's what they are saying. Yesterday I saw some people, they lined up, they wanted to fetch water. A huge number of people lined up, wanted to fetch water around 7 p.m. In fact, the feeling in Lagos is that once it is past 5 p.m., which is the time when public servants usually close, they believe that the thing has ended.
Yes.
Because last night, I started seeing people on the streets.
Yeah.
Exactly. Some of them, if they had their way, they would have opened their beer parlors.
Yeah. No, some opened. Some opened. They all opened, even big supermarkets.
In the night?
Yeah, of course, around 7 o'clock. Big supermarkets. If you go to, we don't want to mention names. I bought something around 7:38 yesterday. But the bottom line, Asuko, we discovered that even the security personnel, when you do in the morning, yes, there's always this initial and the man strategic areas, but by the time it's 3, 4, 5, they don't have adequate, and they're tired and they go in. Now, Nigerians seem not to be sensitized because even you see these politicians, they say they want to distribute relief materials and they gather people congregate, and against the warning of the federal government. I just saw one local government. I've forgotten the name. Today they were distributing relief materials and everything. I saw the congregation. I said, wow.
Exactly, Ayo, because even the politicians, we can also blame the politicians for this, especially most of them who have gone back to their constituency. They are trying to, whether they are trying to play another politics again
now,
with this
because you see that sack of rice, you still see their names. If you are doing it and you are doing it from the bottom of your house, what do you have to engrave your name and see?
Why not do it in your house, then go house by house and deliver?
Honestly.
Rather than allowing everybody to converge on one particular location, and then the social distancing is defeated.
Yes.
You know, and like you're saying about the police, by the time it gets to 12, when the sun rises, they are all tired. In fact, this morning I had to move around my area. I went to my area.
It wasn't manned though. We're still in the same area now.
Yes, I know. It was manned if you go to Penn Cinema area.
Okay.
You know, but people were still walking. I was now wondering, why are you walking up and down? Because if you look at the countries that they have actually locked down,
you don't see people on the streets.
People are in their houses. Even if they want to do their aerobics, somebody brings out one big speaker and they are doing the aerobics in front of their balcony or in their houses there. You know, so that social distancing is in their house, not outside. People are playing football. Then what is the essence of the social distancing? People don't really understand what the gravity of this coronavirus is. And I just pity the governor, honestly, because anytime he comes, he tries to, sometimes I look at him and say, if, for instance, this thing gets out of hand, God forbid.
We cannot manage
it.
We don't have the capacity.
Today, about 1,000 people were trained as volunteers. It means that the governor is thinking ahead. That these numbers, the confirmed cases, can just spiral anytime. And most Nigerians don't understand that if this thing goes way out, it's going to affect everybody.
Babajide, I want to the role of religious leaders here, both the church and the churches and the imams around here, and because people tend to listen to their pastors more in this side of the world, and people tend to listen to their imams more. I think government should look for a way to liaise with all these clerics and spiritual leaders to, pass this message across.
Government can still do that, although it looks a bit late now. We should have done. We did not prepare well enough. We waited for this thing to come right into our country before we started taking the right measures. We should have taken these measures before now. What was the NOA doing? Because it's their job to sensitize.
No, that's it.
It's their job to. I don't understand. I don't understand. You need someone with so much energy, someone who is also creative, to really do that job, to make the NOA relevant again, the way MAMSA was relevant.
Exactly.
In those days when we were young.
Program.
Yes, MAMSA was very, very, very useful in those days. Professor Ghana.
Jerry Ghana.
Even in the various states, they had MAMSA chapters, and they were also very effective.
Yes.
The first NUJ chairman, Ashaju, Chief Michael Ashaju, Dayo Clear's father, was one who headed the Kwara chapter, and my dad worked under him for some time. And then Ifeanyi Udin, the writer, was also a staff of MAMSA. MAMSA was very effective, very, very effective at that time. That is what the NOA should be doing. The job of sensitizing our people, driving it into their consciousness that, look, this is what we really want to achieve. It will seem draconian, no doubt about it. I mean, taking people's freedom away, telling them to sit in their homes, it's draconian when we are not in wartime. But it is meant to achieve an aim of saving us. Saving us. It's for our own good. Saving us from untimely death. People don't get it. We do not have the wherewithal. We do not have the health facilities. If America, as big as it is,
in New York,
as advanced as it is,
naval ship.
if America is struggling,
yes, New York, they're in distress right now.
They do not. That's why sometimes when people simply say we do not have enough hospitals, no. Even if we had, because you can't say Americans don't have enough hospitals, but a pandemic,
Yes.
a serious one that is killing people in thousands.
Yes.
Even if you have
It will
many
overwhelm
hospitals,
us.
the hospitals will be overwhelmed.
Yes, yes.
The hospital staff will be overwhelmed.
Yes.
That is what we do not want to see.
Medical-
China had to quickly build so many, and they were lucky because it was localized in Wuhan. If it had extended to Beijing or Shanghai, where you have between them, one is 22 million people, the other one is 20 million. China would never have been able to handle it. So this is the thing. We do not have these hospitals.
We don't.
So the best
don't
that
even
we
have the
have,
personnel.
we don't have the personnel. Our best doctors, they fled abroad.
Yes.
The best that we have is the containment strategy. And
we must make sure it works.
our people are joking with this. Our people don't even know, they don't understand what's at stake. In Spain, a developed country like Spain, Italy, if they are in serious mess, this France is in a serious mess now, it must not get to that point here. In our country. No, it must not get here.
Okay, the compliance to lockdown has been difficult in Abuja. Churches and mosques are finding it hard to comply. Let's hear from the chairman of the FCTA tax team.
What we are only doing is enforcing the COVID-19 directive and instructions and order given by the government that people shouldn't gather in large number to curtail the spread. On Saturday, you were with us when we went to Jabi district. We met a large church gathering and we stopped them, we talked to them and we dispersed. The pastor and the members left. On Sunday morning when we went out for enforcement, some of you here also followed us. And when we got to those areas, we met some churches. About 16 of those churches are the ones we met. And in 15 of those churches, as we arrived, most of the pastors approached us. They appealed, some of them plead, some even plead to you people, not even us, the enforcement team, that shouldn't allow their GO to see the videos because the GOs want them not to break the law. And all of these 15 persons, immediately they saw us, they actually disbanded the service and everyone went home to commence worship there. But in this particular case, we went there, we saw worship going on and we waited until the church service finished, which I feel that is not right because I felt we shouldn't be so harsh to religious people. And from that point, we invited the pastor. He followed us to the FCT police command. When we got to that point here, we actually discussed with him and told him very clearly that these things cannot be, it's not right. And subsequently, we released him to go back. He agreed with us. That shouldn't be an issue. The one of the imams, we met them as well. We went there during the Maghrib prayers, went around all of them and told them very clearly that you can't. I really know that partiality cannot stand. If I'm partial, then I stand a very severe chance of being punished. You know what Paul told Timothy in 1 Timothy chapter 5, I think verse 21, if I'm right now, that as far as he's concerned before the angels and before God, that he should do nothing with partiality. And also, you know, Galatians 6 verse 7, where the Bible was very clear that God is not mocked. I can't mock God. I can't mock God. I can't ridicule God. If you are partial, God will certainly punish you. But in all of this case, we are battling the COVID-19 and there is an order that churches and mosques and even Hare Krishna, Ekanka, whatever shouldn't gather and we won't allow them to gather. Even this Friday, we will still go around during Jumat prayer. We will ensure that nowhere in the FCT anyone gather. On Sunday, we will still go around again, ensure that the churches do not gather. Let all of us understand this and be patient. When the time is over, we'll be done with this. And I appeal to Nigerians as well, please and please, let's be bonded. Let's not get divided over religious matter. Let all of us obey the rules and battle COVID-19. We have time to celebrate. It will come. I'm sure it will come.
Say it anytime, any day. For me, the star of this moment is the head of the task force in Abuja.
Yes.
That's Mr. Ikaro Atta.
He's
The video
done very well.
He has done
He's
very
done
well.
very well. He's a journalist, he's an MC. When TVC and the nation organized the security summit in 2018, he was the MC at the occasion.
Okay.
You know, so a brilliant man, and he showed his prowess. He showed the gifts that God deposited in him at this time. Do you know that he said some of those pastors that they were begging him, please, don't let this thing go on air.
So that our headquarters will not know.
Because the IGOs told them not to open.
Oh,
yes, they confessed
to
to that, please. The general overseer warned us not to open. We went against his directive.
Of course,
you should know now. This thing is, look, let me tell you, let me tell you, and I've said it before. If this is all about saving lives, if it's all about salvation, we can't be going there to the extent that we are going. No. But it's simply about making money off people, because you cannot. If you can't be doing, because if it's simply to save their lives, why are you making moves that will endanger their lives?
That they were accusing him of bias, but that particular pastor, the funny-looking pastor,
yes.
that one, they said he insisted he finished the service.
He made them to wait. If that pastor, he made them to wait, he kept them waiting until he finished the service.
Oh man!
Now, look at that disrespect. If not for Caro, the Caro that was there, honestly, those mobile policemen would have flogged
him on the pulpit.
They would have flogged him out and chased them out of the place. I doubt if anybody can even do that to our friend Disu here in Lagos. He will chase them out. Disu will not take that nonsense.
It's so unprofessional.
But you know, if it was down to, okay, policemen were simply the people who came, they won't have that patience. Or if soldiers were simply the ones who came. No, you know, the first thing, they will not even start by flogging pastor. They will flog ordinary church members. First. Everybody will take to his heels. So when they take to his heels, he won't be preaching to a wall. He too will eventually vote with his feet. So that's what happened. How can your GO say don't open? And then some of you went to open. What did you want to achieve? Is it people's offering that you are targeting?
That's second Sunday.
Yes.
Second Sunday after the
yes. With all the noise that was made, with all the way people 100%. Condemn Living Faith and condemn Dunamis for what they did. You know, what they told us before was that, okay, the notice was short. Khan did not tell them on time that there will be no service, and some of them had already arrived at the church, so there's no need to turn them back. You know, banal excuses. We accept it. But the following week, do you still do that? And look at those Muslims too in the mosque. Yeah. Look at them.
No social
standing beside one another.
No social distancing.
No social distancing.
I'm telling you.
And he had to tell them that, look, you cannot be doing this. You're endangering people's lives. In Maitama, where the rich people of Abuja live, the best houses. This is
that's
why I said they list our problem.
Confirmed cases.
They list our problem.
Asuko, we have fresh 9 cases in Osho State. And that governor yesterday, Governor Boyega Oyetola, said it that, look, we don't have to wait for anything. That because people that were traveling through the land borders actually, from Cote d'Ivoire, actually caused this. So 9 fresh cases. And he's saying, look, this state is broke already. That this lockdown should be extended to the entire country.
Exactly. Governor Oyetola was almost crying yesterday, you know, because now he's talking about his own small little state without funds. Because nobody is even thinking about Osun. Ekiti has his own fair share, you know. Ekiti has been able to, you know, contest. They even discharged one person, but they still have another confirmed case today again, you know. Now, but that of Osun was just so surprising. All of a sudden, 9. You know, and even with, I think that is why the governor actually set up that committee calling on the wealthy Nigerians, especially those staying from the Osun origin, for them to come and support, because the government cannot do it alone. We are even talking about getting the test kits. We can't even get. Oyo was even complaining that the one that they have has been expended. So where are they, even if they have the money, where are they going to get it? Because these kits are expensive. To get them, they are not just something you just get off the shelf. It's not. You know, so the governor...
And it costs 10,000
to test a person. Just one person.
To test one person.
Just one person. And Lagos is even doing 200 per day. Federal government, that is the whole Nigeria we are talking about, they are planning to do 1,005. When advanced countries, they are talking about 100,000 per day, and they are more than that.
It's almost insignificant.
You understand? So the governor has every reason to be concerned, to be afraid that this thing can go out of hand. Yes. Because to me, Ayo, I believe the first day that we had that Italian, the first index case, we should have shut down the country.
Yes.
To me.
Yes.
You know, because
That's where we got it
people were actually coming because they knew that something was going to
they
happen.
were coming home.
They were coming home.
And people were appealing to the government.
Yes. Coming home
Yes,
from other parts of the
abroad.
Now,
world.
if you had a transit visa, for example, and you were caught abroad, you know you have to quickly come back home.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You know, so
Even
if your
if
ticket
you are
says
traveling
from
somewhere and you have to stop over in a place like
a particular
Heathrow
place,
in London,
you
you know, and you pass through that airport,
You can be infected.
So exactly. So that February was when we would have just shut down the country. Then
would
we
not
can
have
now
had this
look
problem.
at the people the Italian actually came in contact with and trace them, because even in that same plane that it was, there were some people who actually
they're at home now. They're somewhere.
yes, you know, there are some people who gave fake numbers, fake addresses, and we've
They
not
don't
been
want
able
to
to
lose
get in
their
contact
freedom.
with them. You know, so we would have shut down the country and traced them.
I think
Babajide,
Osun, no,
now,
it's still
Oh,
that
I'm not
Osun.
sure. Okay.
Those people, I have to praise Governor Oyetola and even the Ogun State Governor, because the Ogun State Governor provided security to lead them all the way to. They said they had traveled for like 7 days. Because at every point, all those borders, they were stopping them. They were tired.
Affecting people.
Yes, and they came with like 7 buses.
Oh, damn.
You know, I have pictures of those buses. Maybe tomorrow we'll use them. So when they got to Ogun, Oyetola and Abiodun, they had communication. So Oyetola knew they were coming. The moment they landed in Osun territory, they were surrounded. And that is the saving grace. 127 of them.
If they had mixed with the people,
You know what?
and they don't have that intel,
Nothing.
If
that place would have
127 of them,
yes,
they've been able to test 71, and they have 9 confirmed cases out of them.
Already.
No, 13 cases. I think there was 3 before, and then 9 now. 9. So that's
12.
12. So you can imagine, out of what we have left, 50 something or so that we have left, nobody knows how many are still carrying the virus. Even those of them carrying the virus, they were described as, they described the viral load as very high, which means they must not make the mistake of mixing with people. And these guys, you know, when you are coming to night, when in Ejigbo, these Ejigbo people, a lot of them are in Cote d'Ivoire, you know. Even one of them once rose to become the Minister of Defense of Cote d'Ivoire.
okay,
Yes, they are just like another country for them. And when they are going to Nigeria, even non-Osun people, they just mention Ejigbo. So they will drop them there. From there, they will start going to their state. So the thing that this government has done now is those of them who are not even from Ejigbo, who are from Edo and other places, they've quarantined them. And they've built an isolation center inside that hospital in Ejigbo so that they cannot go anywhere. They will give them the treatment that they deserve. So we are waiting now to see what how many more people out of this people.
50.
You can imagine if 127 of them just meshed into the crowd. We would have been in trouble. So the state the state needs support at this time.
As we are talking about Lagos now, Lagos has the highest number with 82 cases, and Abuja 28 cases for now. Now, from Lagos is over 20 million people, densely populated. That's why we've been talking about this social distances and everything. From what you've seen, the government of Lagos, in terms of leadership, in terms of how they've handled this crisis, how would you access it?
Well, I would say the governor has really tried. You know, the thing just came to his hands, and the only thing he just did was, fine, let's just temporarily shut the states, and then let's follow what the federal government or the NCDC will bring up. And that is what he has been following. Now, if you look at what he has done, it's just surprising that it's Lagos that is now the epicenter and where everybody wants to come to, because we have the doctors, they have the capacity to handle such cases, you know. And from yesterday, what the commissioner said yesterday was, for all those confirmed cases, Lagos has been, which is true anyway, 100% survival rate. It is only in Lagos. And it is because the commissioner and all the health workers, which I commend seriously, I commend them. They've been taking time to make sure that anybody that comes to their facility goes home alive. You know, and the governor is not taking anything to chance. He's making sure that anybody that is confirmed, taken to their facility, the person is given at least the first-class treatment. I've seen some videos online, and the commissioner also mentioned why some people might not be, you know, attended to immediately, and which I think, to me, I can say yes, because some people can just bring out, you know, the symptom of being fever, and somebody else might have fever as well as pneumonia. You can't say that, okay, you that have fever, they should give you ventilator and leave the person that has severe problem, you know. So, and the commissioner was now saying that most of the cases in Lagos are mild. So it means that some of the cases that they have in Lagos, there are serious chances of survival in Lagos. And that is to show that the governor and his team, they are really doing a yeoman's job.
Babajide, I think we have every cause to be grateful in Nigeria. So far, when you look at the statistics all over the world, it's not looking good. Now, the US remain the global epicenter of the coronavirus with more than 180,000 cases.
Yes.
And 3,800 deaths.
Yes.
3,800. President Trump is warning Americans now to prepare for a painful weekend as the death toll could reach 100,000.
Yes, even
just hold your pause there. My producers are telling us, let's just take this break. When we come back, we'll talk more. It's still Journalist Hangouts. Please don't go away. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining us. This is Journalist Hangouts, your multi-award winning program, and we're reaching you live from Lagos, Nigeria, and we're still looking at the coronavirus pandemic around the world. Babajide, as I said before we went on break, America is going to have their own fair share, over 860,000 cases around the world, and from what we've seen, in Spain, 864 people died over the last 24 hours.
Well, as at yesterday, America had 163,575 testing positive. And then out of that number, 3,073 had died. So, which means that there are now more known cases in America than China and Italy, you know, and most of it tied to overseas travel. But the good news is that in Italy and Spain, the rate of fresh infection is going down, which means that the lockdown, yes, the measures that have been taken are beginning to work. Because if 2 weeks ago, the current rate, what we had 2 weeks ago was 4 times higher than the current rate. So that means 3 to 4 times higher than the current rate, which means that they are slowing down.
Yes,
they are slowing down the spread.
Yes.
So if they can slow down the spread, then gradually it means that their strategies are working, and they can ultimately defeat the virus. Yes. So it means that the current cases, they have to work hard on those ones. People will be discharged, and gradually the whole thing will end. It's also believed that maybe by the end of May, even the English Premiership can resume. Because if it doesn't happen, that is massive billions of dollars lost by
already they are talking about pay cuts.
You know,
for
some players have taken as much as 70% pay cut.
Already, because
but the thing is, people want football. Because football takes us away from the banalities of life. So if we can't play football, our wives, they are happy. People, because a lot of people enjoy going to watch football and have a drink with it. But you can't do that now. You are stuck in your home with your wife, you know, and quarrels are now more common than before. So those days that you used to go to make you happy. I was talking with my friend, Mayor Akinpelu. He said, it's not easy to stay at home. You know, Jaye is like that. Don't like to go to one party. No more parties. No more parties. No football match to go and watch. So you are just stuck to your wife there.
As for Iran death toll has exceeded 3,000 with 138 new fatalities.
This thing keeps growing. I was even looking at even the UK. They were saying about 560 deaths in one day. That is what they experienced. 560 deaths in one day. And it keeps
country about 50 million.
It keeps growing by the day. Because there's a particular website that once you look at it, it has all the figures. It's updating. It's just updated. So even the figures, we can even tell you one figure now. By the time you go down,
it's higher.
It changes.
Samuel is calling us from Lagos. Thank you for joining us, Samuel. Hello, Samuel.
Well.
Yes, go ahead with your contribution. Thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you. I'm trying to let my contribution. I want to appreciate you guys for the good work which you people are doing there. And I really want to say God bless you, especially for the year.
I agree too.
I want to contribute. I want to say that most things that is happening to us now is our security agents. Most of them are, I don't know how to say, they are collecting bread. Just yesterday when I was going, I saw a motor loading and I asked the driver, how will you be able to pass this one? There is a lockdown. The driver just tell me, leave it. They will settle. I was just imagining, settle. And he has been doing that. Just imagine that they are compromising. That even if they come to most of those people that are open, they will settle them and they will leave it. Without tackling that, there is problem. I think the government should look especially into our security agents. That is one of the most.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for your observation.
That's another problem now. That would be another problem.
Once you give them...
you know what someone was telling me now? They said the police, they saw people walking along the streets. Instead of telling them to go back to their homes, they were busy just checking cars. Because those are the people who give money. Get these people off the street. They have no business walking around on the street. So chase them back.
To stay at home.
But you are stopping cars, just talking, spending all your time dealing with motorists when you should be chasing them away.
It's so unfortunate, and we still have a long way to go.
No, we do.
14 days.
We have a long way.
14 days in the first instance.
14 days in the first instance.
Because
by the grace of God, we might not have to call for another.
No, because if you look at it, by the time it gets to Friday, I know that out there people will be saying they want to go back to work. What do you want to go? You are going out to go and do what? We are the only ones that can come out and tell the world what and how they can survive. And talking about what yes, of course, we are risking our life too. Like what Samuel said, I think the police or whether the governor will have to have another security meeting to enlighten the police officers and the security officials on what this COVID is about.
They need to do better.
Yes.
All right, moving forward now. Now, in the face of the global coronavirus pandemic, taming the Boko Haram insurgency in the Lake Chad area remains an Herculean task. The Nigerian army is rejigging its operations against the insurgents. The army hierarchy has redeployed the theater commander of Operation Lafi Adole, Major General Olusegun Adeniyi, has been relieved of the command, while Major General F. Yahya is now the new commander. Meanwhile, after losing 92 soldiers to Boko Haram fighters recently, revenge-seeking Chadian troops are pushing deep into the territory of the insurgents with a big anti-terror operation. According to the president, Idris Deby, who had promised the deaths of the soldiers would not go unpunished. The country must defeat terrorism and allow the people to live in peace. Let's share some of the encounters between the Chadian troops and the insurgents with you.
Donc, il ne reste plus qu'à se lancer derrière Boko Haram, le rattraper et le détruire.
Chadian soldiers, Chadian, they all go catch Boko Haram hand to hand. Allah tsare ya kawo mana shekau hannu da hannu mu zo mu yanke shi ana cross. Za mu sha jini albarnawi shekau waye. This one are Chadian soldiers. Chadian. They all go advance. See the tank for Chadian. This one is for tank. This one is Chadian tank.
Nalbe magi be kala ko da usuna she wala ma eb merci félicitations Jero
Chadian troops serving the meal of revenge to the Boko Haram guys that actually killed 91 of its 92 of its soldiers. Now we saw that video. Today, can you explain that video and the people hailing them?
Yes, the Nigerian soldiers were the ones hailing them and saying that, oh, Chadian soldiers are about to go and teach Boko Haram a bitter lesson. And the bit that I even found ridiculous is our soldiers praising the armored tanks that the Chadians were driving. You know, that tells you something. That really tells you something. That our troops could be hailing Chadian troops when we are the ones who ought to go and dislodge them where they are. You know, so it says a lot. You will see the fighters in action. The president had promised that there will be revenge for the killing of 92 soldiers, and even Shekau has been worried. He's been telling his fighters that, look, don't be afraid of the Chadians, confront them, face them, because he can see that they are bringing the battle to him. And in this instance, they are not going to ask for permission. If they didn't ask for permission before going to Chad to kill 92 soldiers, then whatever the Chadians think is necessary, they are going to do. And you can see that they even embarked on amphibious assault as well, because
that might be the Lake Chad
yes, on the Lake Chad. They have attacking them on all fronts, just to ensure that Boko Haram is defeated once and for all. The killing of those 92 soldiers came as a big surprise. As I said before, surprise is a big element of warfare. Even a very capable army, if you surprise it, it can be defeated because once you catch them unawares, then they will be playing catch up. At that point, everything that you are taught in the war college will have escaped from your head, because they were not expecting the volume of fire that the Boko Haram brought to their doorstep. So they killed them, and by the time the Chadians tried to get more fighters to the scene, the Boko Haram fighters were waiting. So they ambushed the next set of soldiers sent to that area to reinforce, to help those who are in distress. They ambushed them and slaughtered them as well. And they looted the weapons of the Chadian army. So this confrontation will continue. As you know, Idris Deby is a strong leader, and over the years he has built an army that is described, is seen as the most seasoned in the whole of West Africa. So he is not going to take things lying low at all.
Masuko, when you want to look at the way these guys, they keep coming and how they get their equipment and how they attack even our military bases, you'll be quite worried that nobody can sit down in all honesty to describe them as a ragtag soldiers again. Like when they started, right now they get their intelligence and they go for our biggest military base. Jire told me sometime last week, I thought Super Camp was the solution. Jire told me sometime last week that they actually attacked one Super Camp and overran the Super Camp.
It means that they are thinking just the same way the Nigerian army is also thinking. And the way our military guys are thinking, they are even thinking more. And so it means our strategy has to also change. You know, before we used to say, oh yeah, let's do intelligence gathering. We have tried the intelligence gathering. Thankfully, they are now, the military is now working as a team. But sometimes they bring these surprises and whereby they ambush our soldiers and they kill them. Just like what happened to the Chadians. And I'm very happy it is now the president that is taking the lead to go all out to make sure that they finish this insurgent. It's not going to be easy. At some point, I was thinking, now that coronavirus is around, is everywhere, that they have calmed down. But when we had 92, you know, when we had 92,
those are Nigerians are now.
And then we heard about the
47,
the Operation Lafia Dole commander that was also making that distress call. You know, it shows that while we are facing another battle down here, some people are out in that thick forest fighting too, trying to make sure that the nation is safe. So we should, as I pray for them, you know, we should also see how those at that top should also re-strategize. Make sure that we've ended this war. I know it's not going to be easy, but we know that we are going to win this battle, you know.
Babajide, let's talk about that great General Olusegun Adeniyi, because for me, he's my man of the month, my man of the year, and he has made exploits. Before he became the Tata commander of Operation Lafia Dole, this is a man that has made sure he has distinguished himself in all assignments that he has been given. Unfortunately, the clips we showed on Monday, by the time we showed it on Monday, by Tuesday, we heard about his redeployment. But that redeployment is not going to take any shine off this gallant soldier, Babajide, gallant general.
No doubt about it. He's done well, and he's one of the bravest generals that I've seen in recent times. Brave because he leads them to battle. How many times do you see generals on the front line? Generals hardly stay on the front line.
It doesn't have to be.
This one does not even fear for his life. When the Boko Haram ambushed our troops the other day and they killed his driver. You know, it was a very, very devastating ambush. A lot of these things sometimes not even reported, and when they are reported, they make it look like it didn't happen. But we are facing a war that is not easy. But we are facing a war that is not easy. And the soldiers face all kinds of difficulties, and they still try to grind out results. From my study of the Chief of Army Staff, once the theater commander of Operation Lafia Dole suffers maybe back-to-back setbacks, big setbacks, no matter how successful he had been, the next thing that Burate will be thinking of is to remove him. The best theater commander that we have had is General Rogers Nicholas. Even the governor of Borno State admitted it.
Exactly.
That Rogers Nicholas is the best ever. But what did we see? Our soldiers were ambushed in Bama local government. And after that, the next day, there was an army based in a village called Jili in Yobe State. They took the battle to our troops and killed our troops there. The next thing we just had that Rogers Nicholas had been removed. So I truly feared for General Segun Adeniyi.
After we saw that video?
No, not even before then. I had been thinking that this man could be asked to go at any time. But the video was just an opportunity to say, okay, let us do it now. You understand? Because and I did say during the discussion that it was a bad egg in the army that leaked that video. And if the army truly respects itself, they should fish out that bad egg and punish him.
Okay, that video wasn't meant for public
discussion.
No,
no. Even here, I explained that he wanted the chief of army staff to see them in battle, to see that they were not running away. He said, we are not running, we are still here.
Exactly.
He wanted him to, it's just like someone doing Snapchat or doing Facebook Live. See us, we are here. Look at the MRAP. Look at the MRAP. The MRAP, we've lost his tires. They are firing rocket-propelled grenades at us. They fire 100. They are firing mortar rounds at us. But we are still here. Yes. We are not running away. He didn't want a situation in which they will accuse them of running away. So he had to show the video. His plan was, okay, so let's shoot this video and send it to the boss. But a bad egg decided to leak it because, you see, the truth is, when people see this and they see the army complaining, showing that, okay, things are not right and all that, it's bad press for the army. It is bad press. So it is that one that has made the chief of army staff to respond in this way. But we are told that, oh, it's a routine transfer. Why now? Why now? This is a man who almost lost his life. But I'm happy that the Nigerians are saying, look, this is the MRAP. You know, the full meaning of MRAP is mine resistance and protection. So that's what. So the tires are gone. Oh, you can walk on mines or even IEDs without being destroyed. If it's a good, yes, MRAP. It's the best. So just inside it, at least they will be comfortable that nobody can bomb them.
When you say when he said like over 100 RPG shots has shot on them, and
it shows that
they have a lot. They have a lot. Let me tell you, some of the RPGs that they have are even more modern than what the Nigerian Army has, because they were RPGs that were used during the war in Libya. So they get them through the black market. Some of these contract fighters they sell. So when we overwhelm Boko Haram in battle and we seize these RPGs, you will see that those RPGs are not in our inventory. You will see even NATO written on some of them, which means they are NATO weapons, and they are very good. So with that, what Boko Haram did in this battle is simply to engage the Nigerian army with long-range weapons. So with those long-range weapons, keep them at bay. You don't come near us. 100, you know, the RPG is a tank buster. It's designed to destroy tanks. And they are firing it at human beings.
And 100.
They are firing 100 at human beings. And those soldiers still stood their ground. They refused to leave. That is the point I wanted to make, that we are not running away, sir. These boys are taking instructions, sir. These boys are here. Look at the Sector 2 commander. Yeah. You know, in charge of Damaturu.
That's Brigadier General Adeniyi.
Adeniyi is on this side. Yes, that one too was redeployed. Go and look at it. The Sector 2 commander is the one beside him.
Okay, was redeployed too.
Yes.
Now this was where he was giving the situation reports.
And he was saying that, look,
showing the MRAP.
This is the MRAP. And he was saying, look, even the Sector 2 commander is here. 2 generals on the front line. It's not common. It's not common. Generals don't have to go to the front line. They are supposed to be involved in the tactics.
Yes.
Direct the boys. But where a general leads the line, he puts his life on the line. That general needs to be commended.
Exactly.
Asuko, General Olusegun Adeniyi, my man of the day, my man of the
No,
moment.
but before that video, there's another one that I saw. I think one of the soldiers lost his colleague, and he was
crying.
about
Getting emotional.
Yes, he said, "No,
This is not the time to
this is
cry.
not the time to cry." You know, it's trying to boost.
But they are
confidence
human
and
beings
all.
at the end of the day.
get,
You are watching your mates die.
You know, but that alone, I almost shed tears because I've never seen somebody coming out to say, "No, don't cry. We are going to win this battle." You know, giving that young soldier, because he was young. I saw that he was young, giving him that comment and say, "Don't cry. We are going to win this battle." You know, and so that he doesn't think about his friend.
Yes.
You know. So I'll
A
give
lot
it
of
to.
them have lost
No,
friends.
they've lost. Even in this company, I know of so many people that
Yes,
have
now.
lost colleagues.
Yes,
They've
but
lost brothers. They've lost they've lost cousins. You know. But
That battle of
that,
Gili that I
Yeah.
spoke about, that's where Ugochi lost her cousin now.
you know,
Ugochi
even
and
recently,
newscaster.
recently I
People
think
that
it's Tina
go
that
to-
actually lost.
Go
his
to
cousin.
cantonment.
Ojo Barracks.
Yeah,
Ojo Barracks.
No, the one
Ikeja,
cantonment.
both Ikeja and Ojo
Exactly.
Barracks.
Go to cantonment here, you will see soldiers mourning. After that battle of Gorigi, where we lost, the army claimed 47, but chances are that it's way higher, you know, because the enemy attacked the weak point. The logistic vehicle is weak point. They won't go and attack you in the front because they know you have tanks.
Exactly.
So, and they killed many of our people. The day after, there was so much mourning in the cantonment here. We have lost many soldiers in this battle. They died for their country, and Nigerians need to continue to pray for our troops because it's not easy to watch someone dear to you. Maybe someone that you entered the NDA the same time.
Same time. And
It's
then
your
they
best
all of
friend,
a
maybe your
sudden-
best man. You are watching him die. When I went to Borno State in 2 years ago, 2018, I remember having a meeting because before we went on the mission, you will have a meeting inside the war room. They will tell you the mission where you are going. Do you know that one of those boys later died about 3 days later? And he was getting set for his wedding.
Asuko James.
It's tough.
That's very,
It's very, very painful.
We're in
Very
this,
painful.
we're in this together. Yeah. So this lockdown, Asuko James. So brace up.
Hopefully.
Brace up. BKO, any day, anytime. We wish General Olusegun Adeniyi the best of luck.
Yes.
Exactly.
Wherever he is posted to now.
And he will shine.
The
And
most
he
important thing is that he has made his mark.
He
will shine.
He will be remembered as one of the best Operation Lafayette Dole commanders.
Okay.
After the likes of Irabo,
Nicholas.
Rogers Nicholas.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, gentlemen, and that's our offering today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can also watch Journalist Hangout on our platform showing on the screen. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. Our feedback channel is Journalist Hangout at tvcnews.tv. I'm Ayodele Ozubakun, urging Nigerians to stay at home and to stay safe.